I know we ain't got it all together because it was a struggle, just trying for us to get connected. But even still, we worked it out, and God is amazing that we was able
No,
to get
baby,
this
he
thing
is
together.
amazing, and so is he.
Thank you, thank you. What is your name?
My name is Lamita Green.
Halamita Green, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's such a pleasure to meet you also.
Um, Lamita, you're from Detroit, Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, are you born and raised from there?
Yes, I am. I'm born and raised in Pontiac, Michigan, but I moved here when I was 20, so I've been here really longer than I lived where I was originally born at.
Okay, okay, that's cool. Um, how long you been knowing me, and how did you meet me, and what's going on? How did you meet me? I seen yesterday. I was
Um,
really busy, and I apologize. It was just so much stuff going on, and I was always Suffolk to Chesapeake to Newport News to Hampton. We just had a riding good time on yesterday,
yes, you did.
and that pork chop was delicious.
I was gonna
So
say that pork chop looked like it was on point.
I think my friend made a mistake today, girl. But look, so you kept, but you wouldn't give up on me. You would not give up on me, girl. When I look, earth I turned around, I couldn't get to you. But you was like, I've been emailing you, I've been inboxing you, blah blah blah, and you caught my attention. I said, I got to go ahead and take time out and see what was going on. So I emailed you back last night, and you gave me
Yes,
your
you did.
number, and here we are.
Thank you so much for getting to me.
You're welcome. Can you tell me if Facebook is about 415 people already here logged in because they want to know what was so important about you getting in contact with me on yesterday?
Well, Miss Rhoda, I woke up about 6:30 or so, and I got a call from my goddaughter. She does security. I also do security as well. So sometimes we work late nights or very early mornings. And she pulled up and said, "Well, Mama, what you cooked today?" And I told her what I had cooked or whatever. And I went and came to come into the house to get us a glass of Kool-Aid and to make her a small plate.
Okay.
As I was standing in my kitchen, fixing our cups and making her a plate. My door opened as I was coming out the kitchen. I'm thinking it's her. So I
Uh-huh.
said, "Oh, babe, you must got to use the bathroom." But when I rose my head up to look, I realized it wasn't her in my doorway. It was a
Wow.
strange man standing in my doorway. He's
Wow.
saying to me, "You know who I'm here for. I'm here for Darcy." And he told me he was gonna beat my ass, is what he said to me for real.
Who is
So
Dulcie?
I don't even know who Darcy is. It comes to find out later on after he gave the police his information and I sat there talking to him. Darcy was his mother, he said. Yeah, don't know her, but supposedly that's his mother. So once he said that, my mind said, "Well, look and see what he got in his hands, because this man's standing in your house." Once I scanned and seen he didn't have anything in his hands, I went, "Well, okay, he kind of small, so he gonna have to deal with me today."
Right.
So I told him, I said, "I need you to leave my house because I really don't know you, or even why you here. Why are you here?" Because I thought maybe he was with my goddaughter or somebody who had walked up and knew until he let me know he was gonna beat my ass. So I happened to
He told
look
you
up.
that.
Yeah, he told me that.
How did
That's
he
what made
say
me
it?
scan his hands first and go, okay, this man could kill me. You know what I'm saying? He could have a weapon or anything.
How did he say he was gonna whoop your A? How did he say it?
He said, "I'm gonna beat your ass today." And
In
I,
your
I kind of looked at him a little bit and I started, that's when I went, okay, let me look at his hands and shit. Make sure he ain't got no gun or no knife in his hand. He already told me he gonna beat me. So if he ain't got no knife or gun in his hand, then we gonna beat each other.
okay.
So as I'm looking up saying this to him, my goddaughter walked up to the door too. Cause she said
Uh-huh.
she seen him pulling on the door, but she thought at first when he pulled on the door, he knew me. So
Okay.
that's why she didn't jump out immediately. But when she heard me say to him, "I don't know you," that's what made her walk up to the porch. And that's when I said to him, I said, "Well, guess what? My daughter is standing behind you. We gonna beat your ass today."
Can I
He
stop you
looked,
there?
he looked at me. He looked back at her again. And he act like he didn't really care. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna fight both of y'all.
Can I stop you
That's
there
when I
for 1 second?
realized, hmm,
Can I stop you there for 1 second?
yes, ma'am.
I know we get a little, anxious and stuff, but before he pulled on your door, he did approach your daughter, right?
He approached my goddaughter as she was sitting in the driveway in her car. And she said when he walked up to her, he asked her, "Well, do you got 50 cents? I need some money. Give me 50 cents." And she told him, "No, I ain't got 50 cents. And I don't know you, so get away from me." And he told her, "I know you got 50 cents in your purse because I see your pocketbook." which her pocketbook was sitting there. So she told him, boy, you got the right one today. You better get the, F away from me. So that's when she said he turned away from her and walked up on my porch. She said she thought maybe when he walked away from her, he said, well, I know she got it. Let me go ask her. So she thought I knew him. That's why she didn't immediately rush up out of her car to come up to the porch as soon as she seen him come in the house.
Right.
She didn't rush up until after she heard me, fussing at the door with him. And then she walked up behind him and I let him know, well, she's standing there. We're going to both jump on you. Right. And then he looked at both of me and her and looked like, well, I ain't worried about neither one of y'all. So that's when I realized, you know what? My goddaughter also carries a gun and also has paperwork to carry this gun. So I said, okay, he don't act like he's scared about no ass whooping. Let's see if he's scared about this. I said, she also is a gun carrier and she carries a gun and she got a gun. Well, when I said that, he looked back at her again and she reached, like with her for her gun and he took off running from us.
Oh, he took off running.
This is at 7:30 in the morning. So me and her, I hurry up and lock my door, as I said, because I don't need nobody else to come up in here. I locked my door real quick, hurried up and ran over to her car, jumped in her car. I said, follow him. I want to know where he going. Where is this from? What is this about?
Right.
Well, he ran around the corner from my house onto the next street, which is Justine. He ran up to a minivan that was sitting there with some guys in it. I don't know to this day right now if he know these guys or not. I haven't had anyone come take me around it because they said they wanted to find out too. Did they know him, or was it just funny to them that this strange man was just running up to them and two women was chasing him?
Right.
So we got him caught there. I jumped out. I was gonna try to fight him there because he balled his hands up, so I knew I was gonna probably have to fight him. Once she jumped out, he took off running again. He ran around for at least till about 9:30. He ran over there across the street here from my home here. Is a rec center up here. It's called Farwell's Rec Center. He ran through their parking through their field and cut through where there's a school that's there that sits behind that recreation center. And there was a minivan parked there and a truck was parked there as well. They work for the school for real. He ran over to the man's minivan, jumped in the man's minivan. My goddaughter thought this minivan was a part of him. So we was gonna jump them all together for real.
Right.
We like, okay, so he got a getaway car. Are you serious?
Right.
So the man jumped out of his minivan and ran into the school. And that's when we realized, I said to my goddaughter, no, he not with him. He's a stranger and he just jumped in this man's car and locked this man out of his own car. So about a few minutes passed by and the man come running up out the school and he had a big metal bar in his hand. And I had that club in my hand too. So I said to my goddaughter, when I seen him, I said, we gonna beat him today. So when he heard me say that, he jumped up out the stranger's car, the man car who he had jumped in car, ran over to the other truck that was in the parking lot, which they worked for the school as well, started screaming, hollering and crying, please help me, they gonna kill me, like he was the victim.
Are you serious?
I'm like, I hope he don't think this man is a victim and two women are trying to harm a man, and he realized that for real, that this man has done something to us, and this is why we chasing him down.
Right.
Got away from us again.
So now it's about 9 o'clock. Y'all still chasing him?
We still chasing him from 7:30 to we didn't catch him until about 9:30. At 9:30, we had chased him.
Excuse me. Did anybody think about calling 911?
We called 911 as soon as we took off running after him so that we can let them know why we was chasing him down and that he did a home invasion at my home. Well, 911 had a recording. The recording said that all officers are busy right now.
What?
And it said that from 7:30 to 10. Because when the officer, we finally did find the officer, we tried to call 911 just to see if it was going to answer. And no, it wasn't still answering. He was even shocked by the fact that we told him that it was a recording. It wasn't even a real human that answered it. It was a recording that picked up that said that the city of Detroit police officers were busy. Wow. Now, mind you, we finally catch him and we thought we caught him and he took off from us again, back across the street over there to where he had come from again. Well, by the time we reached to this corner, he disappeared, but we knew he wasn't standing on the sidewalk. So I started screaming from that corner. for the neighbors to come out their house that it was a stranger in their neighborhood, and he was going to try to do the same thing as well to them. And two older women on that corner walked out of their homes. One of their dogs were barking really a lot, and the neighbor walked over and she said, "You know what?" She said, "I heard what you said." She said, "And those dogs don't bark like that."
Right.
She said, "He got to be around here somewhere." I said, "Ma'am, he in between you and her house because he's not back on the sidewalk, and he didn't have nowhere to run to that quick without us seeing him. We've been chasing him." I said, "Since 7:30. She said, "You're kidding." I said, "No, ma'am." I said, "But he's somewhere by you guys' house." And that's when my goddaughter's fiance called her and told her he had walked to the end of the block, which was at Outer Drive, and that we could come pick him up. So we was like, "Well, ma'am, can you keep out, look for him? Can you keep trying to call the police?" She said, "No, I'm still getting the same recording that you guys said that you guys got, that they're busy." She said, "But I'm going to go in my house and look on my camera now that you said that he's out there and see." And I said, "Okay." So we pulled off real quick, ran and got my goddaughter's fiance right at the next 4 or 5 blocks, came right back. And by the time we got right back to the block, the two old ladies had their mace in their hands. And both of them were standing up over him with a mace in their hand. And they said, "Is that him?" I said, "Yup, that's him." And she said, "I did what you said." She said, "I went in my house, baby." She said, "And I got to looking on my cameras. And this sucker had the nerve to be hiding next to my house up under my car." I said, "You see what I'm talking about? You could have came out your house and this man could have harmed you." So me and my goddaughter, her fiance pulled out his handcuffs because he used to be a bounty hunter. He put handcuffs on the young man. I sent the video to you. He's in handcuffs, not from the police, from us.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the video now if I could show on Facebook. That's why I just went on your page. I didn't see it on your page.
Once we got him handcuffed, me and my goddaughter decided, well, let's walk back around over there to the school, because I told her when he first ran in that parking lot that there's a police officer there, but he wasn't there. So I said, well, let's go back around there because that's unusual that it's not a police there. I said, it's always one there. I said, I take my grandson there to play at that playground because there's an officer there and I know that it's safe. So by the time we walk back around there, I'm going to tell the truth. I said to her, I said, look here, if we get back around there and the police ain't around there, we're going to take him to the police station ourselves.
Okay.
He said, okay. Well, as we looked up, a black Escalade was pulling up unmarked. When the windows rolled down, it was Officer Wolf. And we told him what had happened. Well, the school had called Officer Wolf to tell them that something had happened to a student there, but it wasn't true. They called and said it was something happened to a student in order to get somebody out there.
So when y'all get back around the corner, almost got lost. When y'all get back around the corner, the older lady said she went into the home and she looked on her Ring camera or whatever type of camera she had, and she acknowledged that the man was in her backyard. So you telling me the two older ladies took it among themselves to go out their house with a can of mace and hold him there until y'all came back? When they realized what I had told them, that from 7:30 we had been trying to get some help and had been calling 911, they felt like we did. We gonna have to take this in our own hands for real until somebody get here to help us. Because this young man is running around here. He had jumped in all kind of people's cars. He had ran up in my house. Let me ask you a question, please. So once y'all got back around there to the house, and the older ladies are standing on top of him with the mace, what happened next? That's when when we got back around there and they were standing there and had him, that's when we told him, well, we gonna go back around. Her fiance hurry up and threw his handcuffs on him. And we told them that don't worry about it. They could put their mace up, that Bear was gonna watch them, and that we are gonna go around the corner and see if maybe somebody had called the police to the school, or if the officer that's there was there. But he wasn't. But as I said, as we were gonna walk away, he pulled up on us and we explained to him what had happened, how the guy had invaded my home. Also, let me ask you another question. After y'all got the handcuffs on him, did y'all leave him in the backyard or did y'all walk him out the backyard? Well, by the time we got back to the old ladies, they had him already in her driveway. He was sitting in the front of the yard on the curb in the driveway, laying on his back, and they were standing over him and they had the mace, in their hands. And we ran up and said, "Yup, that's him, that's him." And my goddaughter's fiance jumped out the back. He grabbed his handcuffs up off of him, and he told them, showed the ladies. He said, "See, he said I used to be a bounty hunter." They said, "Ooh, good, that's okay." And he put the handcuffs on him.
we kept him there until we was able to find Mr. Wolf. As I said, we went back around the school, and Mr. Wolf was pulling up because he had got a call that something was going on at the school students, which was the only way that he could get an officer out at that moment. And he drove us back around the corner. And when we got around the corner, we explained to him that this was the guy we had been chasing, that he had did a home invasion at my home. And he asked him, he said, "Sir, what would provoke you to run up into her house like that today?" And he told him that he always had been poor and broke. He always been wanting to be rich, and that he was gonna get rich off of me today.
Are you serious?
Yep. And I said, they said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Wow." I said, "I can't even get my unemployment for real, sir." I said, "If you only knew how bad things are there with me for someone to think that I got something and I don't even have anything. I do security myself in order to be able to provide and pay my bills so that my children don't have to come out their pockets to help me." I said, and he got the nerve to talk about he trying to get rich from where, off of who in this neighborhood?
You say off of who? And this they were like we really got money just laying around where you gonna get rich off of us.
If you
Okay,
seen the
cool.
neighborhood, Miss Rhoda, you know that he wasn't getting rich over here.
And because of my neighborhood, he's surely gonna get rich over here. He gonna just be wasting his.
And then we asked him, "Well, where are you from?" Because, I'm like, he ran around the corner towards my fiance's house. My fiance died a year ago. His daughter actually still lives in his house. So my mind went, are these people been talking to this boy and they ain't coerced this boy to try to do something to me? Because right now, I still don't know. I'm at a loss right now. So one of my neighbors, he goes to the store every morning. I guess he be doing his drink run. The store opens kind of early. He was passing by.
Can I stop you for just 1 minute, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I did find a video, and I want to take a look at the video, and I want on Facebook, and I just want to see the video if it's okay.
Yes, very much.
Okay, let me take them down. Hello, Facebook. I'm gonna have to do it from the opposite way, Facebook, because this is StreamYard.
The old people helped us too. Shoot, everybody deputized today. We need our sheriff badges, because guess what? They said 911 was busy. So it looked like we 911 today. Y'all hear me? Facebook, we had to be 911 in the neighborhood. What's wrong with this world today? I'm glad he ain't had no gun. You better be glad I ain't had one in my hand at the time. You'd have been sitting at the door waiting for him.
That is so funny. I want to go back one more time, guys. StreamYard camera works really kind of funny. It's not like a regular camera, so it just is different.
Mr. Officer goes, we found him too. We chased this nigga down. The old people helped look at him. Look at him back there. The old people helped us too. Shoot, everybody deputized today. We need our sheriff badges, because guess what? They said 911 was busy. So it looked like we 911 today. Y'all hear me? Facebook, we had to be 911 in that neighborhood. What's wrong with this world today?
That is so funny, guys. I got to hit that up one more time. I got to hit it up one more time.
I ain't had no gun. You better be glad I ain't had one in my hand at the time. You've been sitting at the door waiting for him.
I'm sorry, guys.
We found him too. We chased this nigga down. The old people helped look at him. Look at him back there.
Thank God they believe what I was saying.
Everybody deputized today. We need our sheriff badges. Because guess what? They said 911 was busy. So it looked like we 911 today. Y'all hear me? Facebook, we had to be 911 in the neighborhood. What's wrong with this world today?
And there it is, where y'all actually got him sitting on the sidewalk in handcuffs into the police camp.
I have a longer video. The only reason I didn't send it to you is because I got to asking him who was he. He telling his whole name, and he gave out his mother's phone number and her name. And I tried to call her that morning, but I didn't get no answer. So my plan was to try to call her again, because I was like, somebody told me my son ran up in somebody's house, a woman's home, talking about he gonna rob her and jump on her. I'm gonna beat his ass.
Right.
I want you to beat his ass, because he wrong.
Right.
Claim he was on all type of kind of medications.
I'm not saying I didn't believe your story, because I know you didn't just make up no story. But it was just the funniest thing to see that y'all actually chased this man down and to actually have the older ladies on scene with you guys and have him in handcuffs and place him under arrest, a citizen arrest, and
Pretty much.
hand him over to the police officer.
Yeah, that's what I
That
pretty
was
much
some
had
crazy.
to do.
You said since 911 was busy that y'all was 911 a day. That was some of the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. And the way he looked back at you, he looked back at you like he wish he never met you at all.
I bet he don't wish he met him, never walked up in here. That's what the officer said. I bet you wish you ain't go up in that house today, don't you? You wasn't expecting them to chase you down, huh? And I said, well, you know what, sir? Once they said 911 was busy, how was I gonna make sure I can make a report and have this sucker here for y'all when y'all got here? I ain't have no choice but to me and my goddaughter to chase him down.
For 2 hours, y'all
didn't have no help.
For 2 hours, y'all chased him down to y'all caught him. Apprehended.
Caught him about 9:30. Mr. Wolf probably arrived about 9:45, and they had us down at the police station by 10 o'clock, from 10 o'clock to 10:30.
So y'all did actually end up going down to the police station. What type of charges?
Once he called the report in and made the report, someone, by him being a school officer, you know, like I said, he wasn't a regular police officer like on the street. He's the police officer that offices the schools.
Right.
So he had to take, once he called in and told them what happened.
Officer. Yeah, the research officer.
Yes. So Mr. Wolf ended up having to call a regular patrol car. And once that patrol car arrived, he didn't have the gate thing across the back. So my goddaughter, I don't know, she said they were considered to be narcos. They not regular, like, you know, they ain't the ones that normally would pick you up and take you to jail. So they called another officer, another Detroit police officer with a shield in the back, and he came and he removed my godson's handcuffs and put their handcuffs on him and transported him.
Okay. So did any type of charges? What type of charges were brought forth?
I'm not sure what charges are going forth. My goddaughter maybe has more information. I haven't gotten a call yet, but they did take our information down, took down our phone numbers, as well as me and her address and our report. And I'm hoping it's home invasion, because that's home invasion.
Do you think he was on drugs or anything like that?
I kept asking him once my godson put his handcuffs on him, are you on something? You had some Molly's today? You've been drinking lean? I say, taking Percocets, whatever that stuff is y'all young kids do, because I know y'all like to do pills and different stuff. Right. Are you on something today? He shook his head, no. Now, he claimed he's ADD, so when the officers asked him, he said he takes Seroquel and that he was on, what's that other medicine they get him when you ADD? He said the name of what he was on.
Yeah.
So they was like, you know what, ma'am, he might ain't took his medicine today or over the past few days, and that might be why he's out here doing this. But that ain't no excuse either. Right.
So what is your goals, and what do you want to see happen to him from this day forward? Do you think he should be prosecuted? Do you want him? They asked me, did I want to prosecute? Can I speak one time? Do you want him to be? Do you want him to be prosecuted? Do you think he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law? Do you think that he should get a mental evaluation? Do you think he need to be placed in drug rehab? What do you think should happen to him? I want to go, Miss Rhoda, all of the above, because I don't know if it was a mental thing that made him come out here. Because when I asked the other neighbor who happened to have been walking past as I was walking in my door, I said, excuse me, when he came past yesterday, I said, did you see a guy walk past you? Because I thought he had come from the direction of my fiance house. But my goddaughter said, no, he come from the other end. I said, okay, let me ask my neighbor, did he see him? Did he see where he was coming from? Did he say anything crazy out the way to him? And for a minute, he really couldn't remember. And then he thought, you said, you know what? He was walking in the street. He said he did say something to me. He said, as he was crossing over to the sidewalk, he said something to me about some money. He said, but I ignored him and kept walking. So see, that means after he passed him,
That's when he would be about at my house by that time. And see, I had already came in the door and had pushed my door up.
Oh,
So
wow.
I never did even see him walking up, nor did I ever see him walking towards my goddaughter.
Wow. Wow. Do you feel safe in your house now since the situation arose?
No, ma'am. My daughter said the same thing. She said, Mama, y'all done chased him down. She said, I don't know whether maybe you should have just let him go. Because now you got to worry about if he going to come back. If he maybe send somebody else back. We don't know if somebody talked to him and tried to coerce him to try to do something to you because you do live alone. You work. People may think I still have things because my fiance has passed away. They may think I still have things, but I don't. When I lost him, I lost a lot of things for real.
Right. What about once he get released? What is your biggest fears once he get released?
Well, I showed his picture to a few people because, like I said, he claimed first he was from Highland Park and he was homeless. Then my godson that put the handcuffs on him told him, he said, you know what? I know you. He said, you used to hang with my brothers. He named off all his brothers to him. He said, you sat in my house at my table with my brothers and then broke bread with us. So that's when I realized this boy ain't from somewhere far. This boy got to be from somewhere maybe in this neighborhood. So I sent a picture to a few other people. And one of them contacted me yesterday, and I'm not sure if she's telling the truth or not, but she claimed he don't stay too far from here on a street called Angler. And that's
so
only 7 blocks away.
no one went. So you got his mother phone number. You didn't contact the mother. Did you try to get in contact with the mother to see what type of mental illness of anything like that he have? Can you send me the phone number right quick?
I would have to go back into the video. I'm on the phone on that same phone that is on with you right now. Okay. But I do have that video in entire, and he does tell us his mother's first and last name. He tells us his first and last name, and he also gives us her phone number.
Did you contact the sheriff department to see if he's still in custody and what charges did they put on him?
No, ma'am, I haven't, but I will after I'm done talking with you today.
It's very important that you find out what type of charges did they bring forth on him for your own safety, because you need to know his whereabouts, because you don't even know what his true intentions was when he entered your home. So therefore, you need to know if he's still incarcerated, what type of charges is he facing. Also, you want to know if he have a bond that's set. So if he do have a bond, then you know you might want to keep your antennas up some, because you don't know what mental condition he is in, or if he have plans of coming back to your home. So I would be very concerned about his whereabouts and how long he's going to be where he is. Did the police come back, or detective, anybody come back and interview you exactly what happened at your house?
No, ma'am. They just took us down, took our statements, and they had Mr. Wolf drop us back off at home.
Did they give you a business card to let you know which one you can contact in case you want some updates?
They didn't, but Mr. Wolf did let us know the school. Matter of fact, name is Mason there. That's the school that he ran over to. Mr. Wolf did let us know that he is the officer that normally is at that school, which is Mason, and that we could also come back up there and contact him or talk with him.
Well, you don't need to talk to that resource officer at the school because he's not a detective of the police.
You know what's funny? They didn't take us to the police precinct. They took us to the precinct that the school has as their precinct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where we had to do our report. So I don't know if they took him and locked him up there, or when that regular police officer came, he took him maybe to Wayne County. But they took us over to their school precinct.
So really, you don't even know if they really took it serious or not. So you don't know if he's inside of Wayne County. You don't know.
No, I don't. That's why I said I needed to contact you, because no one was on it. 911, no one answered. And we pretty much, like you said, we had to become citizens and arrest someone on our own.
My suggestion to you, and I'm not a lawyer or anything or a counselor, and I want to make sure I make that disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a counselor, I'm just a friend, someone you can talk to. My suggestion to you is to call the booking office at the sheriff department. If y'all use your sheriff department, as the booking office and find out if he's still in custody. My
Okay.
second question to them would be, what charges is he been held on? I
Okay.
also would like to know when is his court date,
Okay.
and do he have a bond, and have he posted the bond? Because you need
Okay.
to know those four important questions for your safety.
For my safety.
Yeah, and then I would be
And I said that
contacting.
because I do security, but I don't go to work when it's daylight. Unfortunately, my schedule is 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's dark out there every time I go out here to go to work.
Right.
I've never had a problem up until the other day.
Right. So I would really, my major concern for you is finding out his location. If he's still incarcerated, I will get in contact with that sheriff department, police department in your area in Detroit, and I want to know if he got a bond and what charges is he going to court for, and when should you be there? Are they planning on bringing you to court? Because if they ain't give you no paperwork, no detectives talk to you, then the city might be taking it over. And if they are taking the case over, what charges are they pressing on him? Who's
Right.
going to say he did this when I'm the witness and I have no information going forth?
Right.
So
I
that's
agree.
going to be very important. I will also contact his mother to see what type of mental disability he have. If he's dangerous, and I will explain to her that I was victimized by him, and
Yeah.
maybe she'll tell you that he's on drugs, or he have a mental disability. He's not gonna hurt nobody, or maybe she'll tell you that she's afraid of him herself.
Well, I don't think nobody gonna walk in your house and ball their fence up and they ain't gonna hurt you.
Right, that part. So your main goals is, and it's almost at the closing time, I will get in contact with the sheriff department ASAP for your safety. If he came to your house once, he most likely come back again.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what my daughter said. She said, "Mama, you need to move." But like I said to her, I own my house. It's not like I'm renting it.
Right. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda in life. What is sad to me, but I'm proud of you and your friends for being able to apprehend the perpetrator that invaded your home. I'm glad you was able, and your stepdaughter, your daughter-in-law, was able to protect you from any harm inside of your home. Y'all be careful out there chasing people around as well, because people are crazy. That's a real big safety hazard, but I do the same thing, so I can't knock you because I'm gonna do the same thing. I do suggest that you got to be proactive. You got to be proactive. If you're not proactive, he gonna walk back out, and the next person house he going to, he might harm someone.
By harm them. Yep. That's what made me say we got to go catch him, and we got to call the police, because I could have been someone older. You know what I'm saying? With no
Right.
one outside to walk up to the door to help me. I could have
Right.
been 80-some years old, no one here. He had walked up in my house, and how 80-year-old lady gonna beat a 26-year-old guy?
Right. And he was thick. Yes. And
The
he
only
was
reason
thick.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna beat your ass is because I had a fiance at that many pounds. You know, some of us had to tussle with some of these niggas. So I
Right.
looked at him like, you know what, boo, you gonna have the right one today.
Right.
And I'm gonna fight for my life in here. But luckily, my goddaughter realized that, you know what, I hear her talking to him, and whoever that guy is, she don't know him. And he talking about he about to harm her.
Right. Can you please keep us updated? Go down. I'm gonna get you up the phone because I want you to go ahead and find out what this guy is. This
Okay.
perpetrator is, and let us know if he got what charges they brought forth. Let us know if he have bail. Let us know his mom phone number. Well, I don't want to worry his mom down. Let us know where he at, so we can call the sheriff department, gives their number. We can make sure that they keep him in there as long as they can. Get
Yes,
back with
ma'am.
me, but you got to be proactive. You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
all that energy, because I love you. I'm gonna
I
tell you
love you
this.
too.
Because I love you, I'm gonna tell you this. All that energy you put into get in contact with me should be the same energy, if not more, with getting in contact with a detective to make sure that this perpetrator do not get out free, because he will come out and harm someone. And it
Somebody
will
else.
be somebody older that cannot defend themselves.
I was gonna say that after us, he probably gonna go for someone who feel that's more weaker than we were. Yeah, of course. That's what my concern was too, for real.
Right. So, put that energy into getting contact with the police department the same way you did me. And guess what? When you do things like that, things happen. I'm Brody Young Life.
Yes, ma'am.
Brody Young Life. Get back with me and let me know what's up. You got my personal phone number, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Stay in contact. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much, Rhoda.
You're welcome. Bye, my love.
Bye, sweetness.
Hi guys, that was an amazing story. What we just heard from Luna. Had a man into her house and came in with his fist balled up and said he was coming in to whoop her ass. And luckily, her daughter-in-law or stepdaughter was outside, which is a security officer. He had a gun on her waist, and they was able to lure him out the house and chase them around the neighborhood for almost 2 hours, allegedly. It's not a good thing to chase nobody around the neighborhood, but hey, we do what we got to do. It's all about survival. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't do it because I done did it before myself. But guys, be careful out there, and we just hoping that she take that energy that she used to get in contact with me to share her story and put that energy into making sure this young man get the proper treatment that he need, whether it's been incarcerated or mental health or drug abuse counseling. I am Rhoda Live, where it was my great pleasure to bring you this story from out of Detroit, Michigan. Until we meet again, Rhoda Live. Rhoda Live. Rhoda Live.